was a bad son, now I'm a good dad. I was a bad son, now I'm a good dad. I was a bad son, now I'm a good dad. What up? When I was a little boy, I put my hood on my back. All eyes on me and nobody cut me no slack. While bowling up and down, that cold money was all I thought. And daddy was selling drugs, so it made me say fuck sports. Him teaching me the game, felt like he was passing the torch. I'm from the projects, I jumped off the stoop, not a port. My OGs was my idols, not no Meech or Rick Ross. And remember, to be a boss, life was always the cause. I carry Christ on my back, that's why they call me the cross. And whenever shit was rough, I just hustle and stay my course. And every time I pull myself back on my feet, digging my cleats. Every step I take, rip up the streets. A gun in a vest, some money and weed is all I need. When I hit the block, my mama started losing her sleep. To love a nigga like me is really not for the weak. I became a villain after that 100 bullets ate up my Uncle G. I was a bad son, now I'm a good dad. I'm hands-on, my kids ain't raised by no iPad. I show up every day, if you a man, try that. Can't call yourself a man if you make a child and deny that.
Can't call yourself a man if you make a child and deny that. That was hard, Cross. Okay. Making sure my mic not muted this time. What up, Cuzzo?
What up, Cuzzo? Great episode yesterday.
Appreciate it, man. We doing a little.
I just finished it today, bro. Just finished it.
Yeah.
Am I echoing anything? We good?
Nah, you good. You're crystal clear.
Yeah, I got the headphones in today. Finally found a way to charge them.
Yeah, we having fun up on this joint now.
Mm-hmm.
What up?
Yeah,
what up, Felicia? Appreciate it, Miss Williams. Appreciate
That's baby mom's right there.
I already know, nigga. I know who that is.
Okay.
She been coming through.
Yeah, she be on every episode. She litty.
There she go. You good. Look, you good, baby. You know who Miss Williams is. Yeah, I think Will sleep. I ain't speak to him since I don't think so. Let the rest of the people come in. What's the deal, though? You ain't have to work today?
I just swapped the shift day out late. Said, all right, I swap it out for Thursday.
Gotcha.
Swap the shift out. One thing about Amazon, that shit mad flexible. Amazon lets you.
I already know that shit. 24/7.
Yeah, I build it open 24/7. I build it open all day, all night. We got great schedules. You could I know dudes are scheduled that work Monday, Tuesday, off Wednesday, work Thursday, Friday, off the weekends, and they still get 40 hours.
That's a good question, Felicia. We're talking about some more Charlie Kirk, of course. He's the
topic
smoking done right now. I want to know why black people so mad. That's what I really want to know. I want to know why black people are so mad. I haven't seen nothing that made me say he didn't like black people, or he hated black people, or he was talking down on black people, or anything. I haven't seen anything. And his focus wasn't black people.
They mad because
answering questions.
They mad because his ideas don't match lines with theirs.
I understand. And while we it seems like look, people hate me. People hate me. Word up, just because of my opinion. So of course I'm gonna have an open mind towards other people, because people don't like me because of what I'm saying on this podcast.
All right. And the crazy thing
is, me in real life. People don't like me because of what I'm saying on this podcast.
I can speak for myself, man. I don't hate homosexuals or anything like that. I don't like their gender pushed on children. And I can't say for BJ or not if he hates them or not, but I don't believe so. I just don't think right.
I don't hate them. I got family that's
yeah,
gay.
My brother gay. My brother gay. I kill you over my brother. I ain't got no agendas against gay people. That's not my thing.
Man. I met him.
Yeah,
When he came
Jamal
in
cool.
town. I sat down with him. Matter of fact, he a stone cold Democrat, bro.
So,
He a
and we need to
stone
call him.
cold.
We need to call him one day.
Let me. Matter of fact, let me say this about him, man. He a stone cold Democrat. He's actually into politics. He's up there in DC.
Into politics,
in DC.
And he told
Homeboy
me to
came
call
down
him
here.
too. I'm gonna call him.
Homeboy came down here. Send him the link and shit. Send him the link to the YouTube, to the podcast.
Definitely.
I love to have him up here or call in or anything, because me and him had a conversation for like an hour in front of everybody at the table, and people thought it was gonna be, rich. Everybody was like, yo man, relax. And people was just talking to me. I'm like, but I don't walk up to people talking about politics. I don't give a damn about what people feel about politics. Everybody is coming to me with politics. Everybody comes to me about Trump. People come to me. I'm not going to people about Trump. I don't even care about Trump. Truthfully, I'm not going to people talking about Trump.
That's the crazy thing. We don't even care about him.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. So when I came in, it was cool. It wasn't nothing like that. I don't even remember how we ended up even talking about politics. But he was able, even being on the side of the Democrats, actually being in the political realm, he actually sat there, listened to me, what I said. Then he was like, all right. I sat there and listened to what he said for about an hour, or even over a few hours, because we was there the whole night. You know what I mean?
And my brother hella smart, so it's like,
man, bro, we had a good conversation, bro.
Right.
I had a good conversation with bro.
And my auntie Rita was part of that
he
too.
Gay. He gay. He's black, and he's a Democrat politician. And I rock with him. I rock with him straight up. I rock with him. We had a good conversation, bro. It wasn't no arguing, no yelling, no nothing. It wasn't none of that. We was chopping it up at the table. What up, Jay? Because they emotional. That's a fact, Jay. It's crazy.
Emotional. And he's not an emotional person at all.
What's up?
He's gonna explain to you.
Like, appreciate y'all checking back in too.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I forgot about that. About that. Yo.
And my auntie Rita, who was the ex-Fed and all that, she was part of the conversation. She was fooling too. She brought her perspective. And for me, to sitting there listening to their three perspective and where the world was and how politics works and how their viewpoints is, it was amazing. It was amazing.
Yeah, we had a good conversation, bro.
Just amazing to hear that conversation with them three and their three perspectives. One from a cop, one from a background like BJ's, and one from a Democratic perspective like my brother, who is gay and who is holding down. And I can tell you, boy, he's a better parent than more than half of you niggas.
I don't like that neither, Felicia. I don't like that neither. I don't care about what grown people do. We all about the kids, man. Come on, man. They shouldn't even have to be worried. They shouldn't even have to think about that as a child. They shouldn't even have to think about that. I'm gonna remind you though, cuz get in contact with bro. I totally forgot about him, man. Totally forgot about him, man.
I'm definitely on it.
Facts, Jay. Facts, Jay. I'm not going to war for no Republicans, bro. I'm not going to war for no Democrats. You know what I mean? I'm just have this open dialogue, man. I don't see how people are so upset at this man. Y'all really making him greater than what y'all want him to be. Y'all making him great. Y'all are promoting. I'm talking to black people. Y'all promoting all this hate and all this evil towards this man, and all these white people that y'all saying is evil and Nazis and calling them all these things. And these people are not rioting. They're not rioting. They're not tearing the country up. They're not declaring war on the left side. They're not doing none of that. That man's wife got up there and said, I forgive him. 10, 11 days later, said, I forgive him. And y'all people trying to convince all these black young people that these people are so evil and so much against us and the enemy. What up, man?
What up, man?
I just don't understand it. I just don't understand it, man. It's really disappointing. And I'm saying a lot of older black people really in their feelings behind Charlie Kirk. And all that man is talking about is God and being better as an individual. God and being better as an individual. And y'all mad. And it's even to the point where people mad at me. It's even to the point where people mad at me. I'm getting all types of texts and phone calls. And I said, oh, I'm starting to enjoy this. But one thing people don't know about me, Dave, all this, I always go against the grain. I'll be going against the grain.
You know, I already know.
I've been going against the
BJ
grain
can't
since
wait
a
to
child.
go again. Yeah, I already know. BJ can't wait to go, especially if he know what he about to say is gonna be make sense and has a bottom dollar to it, especially if it has a bottom dollar to it. Like I was listening to the podcast and y'all was talking about that $100,000. And then would you turn your son in? I said, hold on, BJ gonna turn his son in. He's gonna look at it like you did it already. You
Let's
already
make
got
sense.
it caught.
Let's make
Let's make it making sense. I
let's make
already
sense
knew.
out of this.
I knew the answer to that already. Yeah,
Let's
BJ
make
told me
sense
let's
out of
get
it.
it. And I thought about it for yep, I'm turning you in. It don't
That's
mean
true,
I thought
Felicia.
yeah, no, you're going to jail. You're going to jail. I might as well make this 100,000
Felicia,
before
Corey.
anybody else. Word up.
Just saw a black woman on IG saying black people need to do better. We don't like to be accountable. That's a fact, Jay. That's a fact. I don't, and it starts with the adults, man. I'm seeing the adults don't want to be accountable for nothing.
Nothing.
They don't want to
want to
say, yeah, we need to do this. Yeah, we need to do that. It's like, oh, but we can't do this. Kurt say it all the time, but we can't do this, but they won't let us do that.
They won't let us. Can't. My pop. One thing I can say about my pops. That's all. That was his religion. If I said the word "can't," he'd go off. Soon as they did that, I can what? What you mean can't? I'm like, yeah, here we go. And he taught me since young. My pops is a lot of things, but one thing he making sure and taught me, man, can is not in your vocabulary. I don't even think I can't do something. It got to be physically impossible.
You know what it is, Felicia? We too concerned with color, man. It's too much race. It's too much race baiting going on. Okay, we so consumed with the Democratic Party, and I hate to keep saying it, but it's the truth. The left side, the liberals, the Democratic Party, white liberals, and all are consumed with race baiting, and we don't see logic, and we're so emotional that we take the bait, and it's all about skin color all the time, all the time. BJX, I take that, eh?
And it's not just that. They find every pocket to find a way to divide us. They'll find if it's in the streets, they're gonna find two separate gangs or two separate blocks to divide you. If it's religion, they're gonna find there's different forms of Christianity just to divide you. Y'all can't even decide on the same God. It don't even make sense to me. So I don't pay attention to any of it, man. That's why me personally, I always say focus on your family, and that don't mean just like you and your kids. I mean that whole umbrella, your nieces, nephews, uncles, aunties, your neighbor, that community that BJ speaks of a lot that only a few of us should be in. But yeah, man, focus on each family first so we can look better as a whole, man. Y'all can save all that religion.
Hey, they just
everybody else.
Maine said they just upset he being celebrated. They not celebrating his death. Why would you be upset that he's being celebrated by his people? Okay, let's just say his people or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Why are we upset that he's being celebrated by his people? Why are we upset? Why is that emotion in my spirit to be upset that these people are celebrating this man's death? Why black people wasn't upset at black people celebrating King Von when he was alive? King Von was a serial killer. Why black people wasn't upset at black people saying free Young Thug? Them niggas got 8-9 murders, murdered police, and all types of stuff in the black community. The murder rate went down 30% when all them niggas got locked up. But you still have black people saying free Thug. You still got black people saying free Little Dirt. They got all types of murders. Black people not mad at that. Black people spend their time. Black people are upset at this man for speaking the truth. but not upset at the rappers for promoting black on black murder every day. King Man was the King Von was the man. Black people love King Von. Niggas love King Von. Nigga was a serial killer. Kimmel won't last 100%.
Yeah, I think
So?
North put in the
Oh, he
group
just
chat
pulled
that
up, JT. JT was looking for Kirk. He pulled up.
What's up, Dave?
Black
What
people don't
up,
want to be
Kirk?
accountable because
What
they
up,
too stuck
Cuzzo?
in the past. And
Hey, Colin.
they not now. Facts, Felicia. Facts. We are all brothers and sisters made by the same creator. That's what it's supposed to be, to my knowledge.
Yeah. And that's another thing y'all
Crazy
talking about
part is the
yesterday,
left
man.
and right hang out together. They do, Jay. They definitely do.
Y'all was talking about religion
Don't worry
yesterday,
about the
man, and
past, but
where
other thing about the free.
y'all get all so caught up with these
Facts.
books. Say Kurt was right yesterday, man. Kurt was right. These books are all
Facts,
man-made.
Felicia.
Every last one of them. Every last one of y'all books are man-made. At the end of the day, we
What's
came
up,
from
JT?
stardust. We came from biology. All of that good shit from.
Kirk,
Excuse my
JT said,
language.
"What up?"
Hey, what's up, JT?
USA in the building. Peace. Yeah. Did y'all see the Did y'all watch any of the memorial and stuff?
No.
Okay.
What memorial?
I seen clips of it or Charlie Kirk funeral, whatever it
Yeah, I
was.
seen a clip of you, but I heard the speech in the whatever. I ain't like no,
Yeah, I just saw the
not
clip.
longer than 2 minutes. Yeah, 30 seconds or something. So I just went by.
Yeah, I just been seeing the clips.
I don't like if I mean I knew who Charlie Kirk was before he died and everything like that, but like I wasn't a fan of you really when you were alive. I'm not one of them people that like to be a fan of people when they dead. You know what I mean?
You don't got to be a fan. I don't. You don't have to be a fan to watch something. You don't got to be a fan.
Nah,
I'm not a fan. I was just watching it.
yeah, I'm not even
Man,
talking about just Charlie Kirk though. I'm talking about in general. I think it's disrespectful to the person. Maybe I might, you know what I mean, learn who that person is or something. But like, I try to like to respect someone. And if I feel like if you die, just rest in peace for a minute. You know, for a meaning. I mean, let that person really rest in peace. I don't feel like you know what I mean. Family should be people be hurt. So
let me play
my
this.
part in doing that is be leaving
You
alone.
know what I feel about that? The one reason why I didn't watch it. No, I'm not happy because the man is dead. I don't, either way, I don't have an opinion about it. It doesn't matter. I don't think nobody should die because of what they feel or what they say. But, for me to, in a sense, celebrate or even watch his funeral is like me watching the funeral recession that go by. I don't know them people. I'm not getting ready to attend none of that. It's like that funeral and repast should be for his family. I know he might have a lot of followers, so that's what they did. That's what they did. Okay, shall be it. I don't have a horse in that race.
That's a strong testimony there, JT. Or strong testimony. The difference is that the Bible was inspired by the Holy Spirit, written by men, but inspired by God. I broke my neck and my spinal cord was loose, and I was dying, but I spoke to Jesus and heard him. Respect. And I'm here. Facts. Thanks to your Jesus. So what are you, JT? Christian? Catholic?
I hear you, JT. I got hit by an SUV, broke only my ankle, tore my ACL, broke my leg, broke my wrist, and walked
That's
away
all.
a few
That's
weeks
all.
later. A few
That's
months
all I
later.
was seeing, Jay. That's all I was seeing. Him telling the truth. We believe you, JT. Show y'all, man.
Well, people believe what they believe. I mean, me, I'm not putting the authority of my spirit on any one man, not Muhammad, not Jesus. It's my spirit that I have with my creator. I was shot in my head, my whole face damn near blew off when I was down in Central America. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm here today because I think, you know, God looked after me. It wasn't my time to go. You feel me? But that oh, Jesus saved me and all that. No, I saved me by following my spirit, which is God. It's the reason why they made it to be like an old out of the old military prison, like an old slave. I've been here a while. I've been through wars. I've just seen a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, when I start feeling that spirit of right and wrong, you know, I start running away from them that shit in the streets, cause ain't nothing in the streets but gang violence, drugs, pimps and girls. You know, it's the same thing. It's the same thing that was there before I got there. It's the same thing that's there now. You know, ain't nothing out
It's
there.
an imperfect human trying to follow Jesus and follow his teachings. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that, JT.
Not at all.
Ain't nothing
Not at
wrong with
Right?
all.
that, JT.
There's nothing, absolutely nothing wrong with it, because
I'm
if it
praying for
speaks,
him.
if it speaks to your spirit, then that's where God resides. You know.
I couldn't walk, so I couldn't save myself. So God sent people to save me in my moment of almost dying, and I was in the water. I respect it. What up, Unc? What up, Steve? Uncle
I don't know.
Steve.
I
I
had
agree with you, family. Black people shouldn't be celebrating Charlie Kirk death. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get why that energy is. I don't even see why people saying F him and he's a
it's weird.
racist and all that. F him for what?
For
Man,
what?
I still haven't seen the clips of him being
Weird.
racist. Still.
They want to make him that way so they can say something, man. He gotta be wrong
That's why
because
I
his
always
opinions in it.
been different. This joint is really becoming more and more of gang banging. For real. This joint is really becoming more and more of gang banging, bro. Real talk.
What? What? The political form?
Yeah, the country itself. The country, forget the politics. They don't mess the country up so bad that it's past the politics. It's just the left and the right side. It's really just good and evil. For real.
And the crazy thing about it,
I'm
it
not
ain't
saying
even good.
either side is good and evil. I'm saying from person to person, good and evil. That's
Right,
it. If you
right.
celebrating the death of that man and happy that shit happened to him, that's evil, bro.
It's evil, bro.
What I see it as being, BJ, you know, and I understand what you're
Thank you,
saying.
JT.
Um, those are two wings
Thank you,
of the
JT.
same.
Damn it.
They two wings of the same
Yeah, you
bird.
said that, Kirk. You said that before.
You
Know
know,
that.
because I know some good Republicans. John McCain was a good Republican. Anytime you could reach across the aisle and say, okay, I don't agree with you with everything, but let's do something for all of the people, then those are the good ones. But now you don't have that. You don't got them wanting to work with each other. I just want to do this for my people and my constituents, and I don't want to think about yours. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? So, but both parties have did a lot of damage
I
to
accept that, JT. I accept
not
that.
not just to the black people, but to everybody in this country. I thought we all Americans. You know, that's what I'm thinking this whole debate should be about.
This all
Us
I'm
as
saying is black people need to focus on what we need to do. We need to focus on what's really hurting us in real life as a race. Charlie
right.
Kirk is not hurting us. Charlie Kirk is not hurting us. The white man is not hurting us. They're not hurting us right now. We
I
went
mean,
through that already. Our ancestors went through that. Right now, we are hurting us. We are hurting
well,
the children. We are
exactly.
doing the
You know,
children injustice. We are.
and you know how we hurting ourselves, but because if you don't want to, if you don't like what somebody say, don't turn on the channel what he on. I don't care what he says.
Let me read this right quick. I pray that God keeps blessing y'all. I'm happy I was introduced by YouTube to this channel 100%. I pray that Jesus heals y'all, give y'all health and strength, and multiply y'all's financial and family. Amen, JT. Amen.
Thank you,
Thank you.
JT, man. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for
Thank
Thank
having
you,
you.
us, man. We
JT.
appreciate you having us on your phone, screen, whatever, bro.
So Unc can hear it. I'm
All
ready
right.
for JT.
Word, man. Stay with us, man, to every stream, man.
Yeah, I
Please.
like that.
Every episode.
I like your energy, JT. I love your energy.
Word
Love it.
up.
Love your energy. Let me get to some of these clips, man. Y'all know what I like doing best, man. Malcolm X was on my mind today. Malcolm X was on my spirit today. Word up. Malcolm on my mind today.
What about Brother Malcolm?
I'm pulling it up.
That's fire having us in the backdrop, right, B?
Questions around the circumstances of his death and whether the three men convicted of his murder were actually the people responsible. Well, at a news conference last Saturday, Malcolm X's daughter heard a letter for the very first time that they say is evidence that the NYPD and the FBI conspired to have their father assassinated. CBS Morning Saturday co-host Michelle Miller explains what this could mean for Malcolm X's legacy.
White people don't realize how frustrated Negroes have become.
Malcolm X was a legendary orator, charismatic, controversial, revolutionary.
To lift the struggle for freedom of the Negro in this country from the level of civil rights to the level of human rights.
On February 21st, 1965, he was assassinated while giving a speech at the Audubon Ballroom in Harlem. Now, 56 years later, a letter given to Malcolm X's daughters could hold proof the NYPD and the FBI conspired to have him killed.
I am relieved that I am able to share this truth with the world today.
Reginald Wood reads the words of his cousin, former undercover cop Raymond Wood, who died in November. He wrote that letter in 2011 to be released upon his death.
It was my assignment to draw the two men into a felonious federal crime so that they could be arrested by the FBI.
Those men were members of Malcolm X's security detail and were arrested days before his assassination.
There was no security to prevent the gunmen from coming into the building.
3 members of the Nation of Islam were convicted of the murder.
Malcolm's death never sat right with me.
On the heels of the 2020 Netflix documentary, Who Killed Malcolm X?, the Manhattan District Attorney's Office began a preliminary review last February. After the letter's release, it says their review remains active and ongoing. As for the NYPD and the FBI, they say they have turned over all their relevant records to the DA and will cooperate.
Yeah. Did y'all watch that documentary on Netflix?
I ain't watching, but I will be.
Yeah, it was good. Dude was living in Jersey the whole time. I think the last one that the one that had the shotgun, the one that had him with the shotgun, he was chilling in Jersey.
Nowhere near it.
I think he was at like Mosque number 13 or something like that.
Oh yeah, I'll be watching it tonight.
They killed Malcolm X and just chilled like it was nothing. Word up.
What you think Malcolm X would do in today's time?
As far as what?
Like, you think he would try to still be a revolutionary, or would he still be? We think he'd fall back and wouldn't even get involved.
He would have never. Revolutionaries don't make it. Real revolutionary people, men and women, they don't make it. They don't make it. They don't make it like the kingpin, dope drug dealer nigga don't make it. They don't make it. They got short lifespans, all of them, especially black revolutionaries.
Mandela made it, but he had to spend all those years in prison.
He spent damn near 30 years in prison, so
yeah,
he don't even count.
Yeah,
he wasn't no Malcolm X, Fred Hampton, none of them anyway.
Well, to the South Africans, he was that organization that
he was like a Martin Luther King. I'll give him that. He was like a Martin Luther King.
You know what I'm saying? Because after he got out, remember after he
fuck all that other shit.
Remember after he got out, they elected him as president.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Kirk.
Cursing.
Remember after he got out of prison, you know, he was elected as president of South America, Africa, but he was so old. He only made what, one term, maybe.
Yeah, but not only that, man, he was put in that position by the people that was draining raping South Africa all that time. He was by time he got out of prison, he was old and weak. He was beat. His spirit was broken. Winnie was the truth. Winnie Mandela was the truth.
She continued to that movement.
Yeah, Winnie wasn't with all that. That matter of fact, they wasn't even messing with each other. They was at odds. They wasn't
right. But they, cause she was out her.
She was revolutionary.
Yeah,
she was revolutionary. She wasn't with it. Word up. That's why she was in America a lot too. She went to visit Tukey Williams on death row.
Right.
She went to go see Tukey Williams on death row. Word up, when Tukey was writing them children's books and stuff.
No, she had her little thing, which should have been expected because he was locked up for so long with the young revolutionaries. She was in an affair with the young guy.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, that was to be expected. He knew that. It wasn't. He didn't even have an out date. Yeah, for real. You know what I'm saying?
They let him out to use. They let him out to use him to pacify the black South Africans.
To calm their ass down.
Yeah. For sure. I like this. I like this clip too. This what I had. This what I had hit Bree with.
What is your real name?
Malcolm X.
Is that your legal name?
As far as I'm concerned, it's my legal name.
You've been to court to establish that
I didn't have to go to court to be called Murphy or Jones or Smith. Excuse me in answering you this way.
That's
if
all right.
a Chinese person were to say his name was Patrick Murphy, you look at him like he's insane, because Murphy is an Irish name, a European name, or the name that has a Caucasian or white background. And a yellow person, Chinese is a yellow man, and he has nothing to do or no connection whatsoever with the name Murphy. And if it doesn't look proper for a person who is yellow or Chinese to be walking around named Murphy or Jones or Johnson or Bunch or Powell, I think it would be just as improper for a black person or the so-called Negro in this country, as we're taught by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad to walk around with these names. And therefore, he teaches us that during slavery, the same slave master who owned us put his last name on us to denote that we were his property. So that when you see a Negro today who's named Johnson, if you go back in his history, you'll find that he was once his grandfather or one of his forefathers was owned by a white man who was named Johnson. His name is Bunch. His grandfather was owned by a white man that was named Bunch.
Would you mind telling me what your father's last name was?
My father didn't know his last name. My father got his last name from his grandfather, and his grandfather got it from his grandfather, who got it from the slave master. The real names of our people were destroyed during slavery.
Was there any line, any point in the genealogy of your family when you did have to use the last name? And if so, what was it?
The last name of my forefathers was taken from them when they were brought to America and made slaves. And then the name of the slave master was given, which we refused. We rejected that name today.
You mean you won't even tell me what your father's supposed last name was or gifted last name was?
I never acknowledge it whatsoever.
Let me ask you about the status of Elijah Muhammad. First of all, is he ill?
I spoke to him.
That's my fault right there. I never acknowledged it whatsoever. Never acknowledged it whatsoever. That's what I was telling Bree the other day. Bree, I don't acknowledge the matter of fact, you're right. I don't even acknowledge them hurdles whatsoever. They say if you're not careful, they'll have you loving the oppressor and hating the oppressed, or something like that. Yeah. I heard Malcolm say they be in the slave master's house talking about master, is we sick? Yeah, you're right.
That kidnapping stock syndrome, I think it's called, or something. That kidnapping syndrome.
Stockholm syndrome. Love that. I watch his YouTube channel with X interviews. Facts. You see how the white man that was sitting next to him was staring at him, smiling? That's admiration.
But you know something? That interview was technologically changed. because that interview was in black and white.
Yo, Winnie visited Tukey Wilson on death row. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kurt, what's your infatuation with bringing up colors, man?
I'm just saying, back in the days, they didn't have color television. So when that interview took place,
that's a fact, eh?
you know what I'm saying? They colorized it and put it on the YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? That's how much we have been indoctrinated by the media and the things we see on the news, and that forms our truths. Because if we start accepting those things that we see over the TV, which are really illusions of what it is they want us to see.
It depends on what you're watching, Kurt. You keep saying that. You keep saying TikTok this and TikTok. It depends on what you're watching. Because everything is truths on any social media. There's no difference between you finding something on social media or YouTube or Google or something, or you going to an encyclopedia to go get it. You just got it faster at your hand. It's just faster. That's all.
But there are,
you don't understand.
All I'm saying that there are algorithms that, you know, it's just like this whole thing about, you know, like I said about Sexy Red. Not because that's what they're seeing as their truth. You know, all of them trying to be Sexy Red. They some dusty ones. I mean, you know, because it's a form of brainwash. That's what the military do to you. When you start seeing the same thing over and over and over, it becomes a part of you in brainwashing.
Right. If
you know?
if that's what you're into, guess what? Aretha Franklin and all of them was singing that stuff that Sexy Red is rapping. Aretha Franklin was singing that.
Yes, it was. I can still remember to this day, my mom and them used to be like, don't be shaking your hips like that from side to side. That's back when they was doing the twist. But that's what people were seeing. That was the dance of the day. And you know, after, you know, doing it or hearing it for so long, then it becomes like normal. They normalize that type of behavior.
Kurt, what's the difference between these girls in the videos now and the girls on the cover of Jet magazine back in your day?
Nothing.
So,
that was the beginning of it.
So don't
when
do
I
that
say
can I say something real quick? Hold on. Don't do that to females nowadays that's doing the same thing women back then are doing. If you're going to say Sexy Red, then say the same thing about the girl on the cover of the Jet magazine. It's always been this way.
No.
Sex has been flaunted since the beginning of humankind. It's the number one thing sold since things can be sold. So let's not just sit here and try to lay blame on some type of industry or person or TikTok or streaming. It's just not the truth. Things came out way before any TikTok that was sexual and everything else. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, you had your 60 seconds. Let me say what I'm saying. Because they didn't have, say, like the social media back then. Instead, they had the Jet magazine. So these images that, you know, we were seeing, they were identifying it with, you know, the brick house, you know, this chick. Women flaunted their self. They've been doing that since Jesus' time. Belly dancers. But you know, when you start forming ideas by what you see, behavior is learned. If you start from childhood, you know, children learn by behavior. No, don't touch that. Don't touch that lighter. It's hot. Don't go to them steps. You'll fall down and bust your head. And once it's pounded in your head over and over and over again, that you become. Everything we do is behavior, and it's learned. Whether it's learned in the street, whether it's learned from your parents, wherever it comes from, it's a learned pattern of behavior. And it's just not the social media, it's the whole media. It's not just over the TV. You see it in newspapers, you see it in magazines, you see it in, you know, Playboy magazines, you see it all over. And people start to normalize that behavior. Like that's cool. I think it's a degradation. You know what I'm saying? You know, to be throwing but I don't want to see that. I really don't.
It ain't in your algorithm. As long as it's not in your algorithm, you ain't gonna see it. You'll be all right.
Right. I mean, I see it, but I mean, I see it on the street. I done seen females just stop their car and get out and they twerking. It's the going thing. It's the new. Back in our days, we was doing the bump, and everybody was doing the bump.
Where you seen that at in St. Louis?
What the bump? Hey, that was the dance back when I was young. You bumping hips, you know, that it was, you know, that was the thing of the day.
Right here that I want you to take a look at. And just like when I talked to you before the last time and I asked you this question, do you think that all of the black people that have actually been around Charlie Kirk, that know him, that have looked at the same content that you were looking at, and they don't think he's racist? What do you think about those people? Do you think they're just all Uncle Toms and coons? Or is it possible that maybe you're just a race peddling, racism pushing, and this is one of the things that keeps you relevant, so you keep pressing that button? Take a look at these clips.
Great points. I would say that I am with you for the idea of a colorblind society. I think it's a bit of a farce to say that colorblind society is something we should aspire to, but I think it's a farce to think that it doesn't exist, that race doesn't play a factor.
I totally agree.
Okay.
Yeah, you're black, but it doesn't matter. It's not the most important thing. Instead, it's, are you a good person? How do you act? How do you treat other people? Are you a Christian? Like, what is your worldview? I want to get back to that. Of course, we're still going to see differences, but I want to de-emphasize them to a place where we look at each other as fellow human beings and fellow American citizens. Thank you so much,
Absolutely
man. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, can I get a half of
Absolutely.
my buddy?
They hate him.
Thank you, guys.
Charlie, for the sake of myself, I really do appreciate the ability to debate with you, man.
I want you to think about what I asked you.
Okay, you mind if I have a hat?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Where's my brother up here? Where's my man? Look at him. You got to come up here. Come up here. Come up here. Come up here. Get over the gate. Come over the gate. Look at this guy here. Look at this. Right up to the mic.
You stand for me, we good.
Wait, I only stand up for white. What, is that a white man? Can you look at him, please? Look at him. Is that a white man? Is that a white man? You said I only stand up for white men. He's got direct. But here's something I will encourage you to do as a Christian. Care less about people's shared racial experience and look at them instead of just as their soul as God made them. We should try to strive towards a blinder race nation, not one that talks about skin color all the time.
I agree.
Thankfully, I was raised away from all that, 2 loving parents.
And that's the greatest thing that you were, one of the, if not the greatest. And that's my hope for every child, black, white, or Asian, to have 2 parents. That is a ticket to success. Please continue. But instead of just looking at everything in the past that's wrong and bad through a victim lens, say, you know what?
It's still going on. Okay.
One sec. Say, you know what? I'm an American, and I'm going to use my mental energy to say, despite all of that, I get to succeed and flourish and prosper as a black American at the University of Tennessee. You are a living embodiment, Gigi, that you can still succeed as a black individual.
Okay.
Because I look at you not as a black guy, but as a human being made in the image of God, and I want to know what you bring to the table. Are you good at the job?
Why they won't show those clips? Why they won't show those clips?
We already know why. B doesn't support the narrative. It's not what they want to see.
They don't support the narrative.
They don't support the narrative. It's not what they want to see. If it's on your timeline that you may seem like a person who don't like Charlie Kirk, this is what you're gonna see. If you seem like somebody who is gonna support Charlie Kirk, these are the things you may. It's all what somebody else posts. This is all in the power of post. Then if you just read the post, and then if you don't go and look and see what the whole video was about, then you get the narrative that only it was about this. But if you go watch the whole video, then you know the whole truth. It's just like a book. If you go just read a fraction of the definition of something, then you're only going to have a fraction of the answer. You got to read the whole book, you know? It's the same thing. You can't turn in a book and only read the first and last chapter and then expect to know everything about the book. It's the same thing with today's date. So now you got to watch the whole video. You can't just take what somebody else's clip is and expect to know exactly what that person's talking about or what that person's narrative is. You should watch the whole thing and do your own research. Everybody, do your own research before you just come up and say things. If I don't know about it, I'll shut up and let somebody else talk about it.
That's the simpler version. Go ahead, yeah, I'm coming.
I don't either or. Like I said, I never knew who the guy was until the day y'all started talking about it, and then I seen him assassinated on the news. I was like, I had never heard him talk either way. I did see some negative clips, but I didn't care about that. I mean, if that's the way he feels, that's his opinion. This is America. You got a right to your own opinion, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna continue to do what I have to do for me and the people around me. You know what I'm saying? What somebody else's view is, like, even like with our politicians, some of the Democrats, I hear them and be like, yeah, whatever. I mean, because I'm not listening to that noise.
They play those games, Felicia. They play those games for sure. Man, people attention span is low frequency. Black people are
real people, boy.
Low frequency, bro. Low frequency, man. Same way that man got killed, the same way Abraham Lincoln got killed. Yep.
Same way Dr. Martin Luther King got killed. Yep. Same way that Malcolm X.
That's a fact, man. Charlie's motto was "Prove me wrong." People should have debated him instead of complaining. Yeah, prove him wrong. Come with your facts, not the emotions. Come with your facts.
Emotions.
Not the emotions. Yeah.
But it's just like this.
I got people saying they can't believe what I'm saying. There's people out here saying they can't believe what I'm talking about.
But see, okay, what about the people that say somebody got a similar idea as you, that stay down the street from you? If he died, why would I go to his funeral, celebrate it, or even have any attention span toward it? That's where I stand. I don't know the man. I don't know. I've heard good things about him. I've heard bad things about him, but I don't know that man person. So I'm not getting ready to be at his funeral's repast or the celebration of life that you have at funerals. You know what I'm saying? Just like he would never show up at mine because he don't know me.
Yeah, they didn't expect him to be there.
You own it, Davon. Damn.
Underage girls sending pictures of your dangling. That's your reputation. Whatever you do, you can't do anything about it. Bill Clinton officiated your wedding with Puma, your wife, if I'm not mistaken. Correct. So you've been very close, and she was a right-hand person to Hillary Clinton in 2016 while the scandal was taking place.
For years before that, she was with Hillary she's 20 years.
Email, 650,000, one folder with the word life insurance and the files that are in there. So 9 out of 12 cops, NYPD, who saw the email and saw what was in that laptop, committed suicide. And the most ever that this took place, and these are the men that committed suicide. First thing I ask myself is, how the hell is Anthony Weiner still alive? Well, when you go through the list of people that have been close to Hillary Clinton and the Clintons, this is not a conspiracy. You got the names of James McDougal, died of an apparent heart attack. Mary Mahoney, a former White House intern, was murdered July 1997 at a Starbucks coffee shop. Victor Razor, you got Ed Woolley. It's 46 names.
He's just reading the article.
He's reading a list of names.
So
he hasn't even asked the question. It's a list.
The fact that you're getting nervous is an answer.
It's not nervous. This stuff makes me sick when you repeat
exactly.
these
Makes us
ridiculous.
How about you pick one? Pick one and tell me who he was and what his story was.
Pull up Vince Foster if you want.
No, Vince Foster, that suicide has been investigated 50 times.
Can you let me ask the question?
No, listen, this is a conversation.
No.
We're having a conversation.
I'm sorry, I'm the host. You invite me to your podcast, you get to ask the question. I'm the host. I want to ask you the question. Your reaction is already an answer.
I know. I am infuriated by people who drag other people's names who are powerless. You're not powerless.
Hillary Clinton is powerless?
No, these people.
Hillary Clinton is powerless.
These people.
That's the problem.
These people.
Hillary's the problem.
You read a list of people because you have the power to do it. People who do that are bullies, and I don't appreciate bullies.
I have the power to do what?
You do. To read a list of some stranger's names.
The DOJ and other things to control.
That's not DOJ.
Yeah.
DOJ didn't make this list.
Let me finish up my question.
Some jackass made a list in his basement.
You have the right to
You're reading
answer.
their names as if they're incriminating in some way.
Right to...
Some conspiracy theory podcast. Some conspiracy theory that 9 people read. You find some guy that comes in, and then you go from Ron Brown to some obscure officer that used to protect Bill Clinton, who passed away.
How is it that the reputation that follows them as people close to them died.
You
Pretty
should cut
dark
that
to take
list
the
out.
angle you did. You're
You should
exactly.
listen to me. You're talking conference now.
Oh, okay.
You should cut that list out of those
Sure,
people. We can still have the argument. You and I are big boys. Cut that list out.
I'm not going to be cutting that list.
That got heated quick. Well, them Clintons been killing people though.
Yeah.
Them Clintons been killing people. That got heated quick.
I believe conspiracy exists, right? And maybe that's the conspiracy in itself or whatever. But like, I think some people drag some conspiracies, but that one clearly had validity. Like, that's too much coincidence.
No,
Everybody's just
a lot of the people close to the Clintons were allegedly murdered,
allegedly.
but a lot of them was ruled suicides and this, that, and the third. But a lot of their closest people closest to Bill Clinton was murdered, is dead. He's not here no more. And he was telling him to get rid of that list.
I definitely believe it. I could definitely believe it. But then if that's the case, then stuff like that is not a conspiracy though. See, to me, that's factual evidence. Then it's no longer a conspiracy. You know what I'm saying? That seems factual. I mean, allegedly, but when you bring facts to a table, it's different, you know? It's different, but I'm definitely gonna watch that interview in whole. I never seen it before. But based on the clip, it seems pretty damaging. But I'm gonna watch the whole video to formulate my own opinion.
Josh says, so why Hillary didn't kill Monica Lewinsky? Monica, that was too much publicity.
That's funny as hell, though.
That was she didn't care about that. She didn't care about that.
9 times out of 10, Monica Lewinsky wasn't Bill's first. Keep it a bean.
Yeah, this ain't got no sound. That was a good one right there. Let's see. Speaking of lists, where's that Epstein list?
Yeah, facts.
Speaking of lists, where's that Epstein list?
I want to see the black people on the list. I don't care too much about them white folks. None of them white folks are surprising. I want to see the black people on the list.
Ain't gonna be nobody but Oprah and Barack in them.
I think it might surprise us who will be on the list. It's gonna be a name or two on there that's gonna surprise us. Why?
Mostly celebrities, some rappers and R&B singers or something. Who you think up there?
I don't know. Well, all I do know is gonna be a name or two that surprise. I don't want to put that on nobody's coat, but there's gonna be a name up there. Be like, you? Ah, come on. Yeah. If Oprah up there, that wouldn't surprise you?
No.
Barack too?
Man, you crazy.
BJ, you're crazy.
No, it wouldn't surprise me if they was up there. No. Why would it surprise you so much? Them people weirdos, man.
I agree. They weirdos. I definitely agree. It would. It would surprise me a little. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Them people aligned with a lot of bull crap. I know they're aligned with a lot of bull crap. So I know they got a lot of bull crap that come with them. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
My fault.
Jimmy Kimmel back on TV.
Where you go, Kirk?
I had to plug my phone up. It was low on energy. So
I didn't see you backstage. Go ahead.
My phone just popped off. I had to plug it up and reboot it and get back on.
A copy of a list. A lot of people on the blacklist. Word. Oprah still need to answer for them African girls. That's a fact, man. That's a fact. That's a big fact, man.
Put me on, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
Surprising, but he probably was entertaining. Yeah, he probably was just there, man. But I did hear that too. I heard that too, man. He probably was just there though. But I did hear that also.
Chris Rock was where?
On that Epstein's list.
It was a lot of powerful. They said King Charles was on it too.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I don't care.
I mean, they used to have parties. You know, when people party. When they party, they party. You know what I'm saying?
Well, when the elite do their parties, they do whatever they gonna do. You know, were they sex trafficking young girls? It's already proven that they were. It's just a lot of powerful people that don't want to get that list out because it exposed the whole power structure of this goddamn world. It was a lot of world leaders that went to that island because that's what he was peddling.
I don't care. You put him in handcuffs on the property, on our property, racial profiling us. He pulled up on our property and said that we are trespassing on our own property. Can you believe this? Now he's taking the handcuffs off my husband on our property still.
Do me a favor, I don't care if you're court. Take a couple steps back, okay?
You know?
Take a couple.
No, you need to take a couple steps off that.
Step back, please. Couple steps, okay?
It's so wrong, and this police department will be sued. I'm going to see my lawyer tomorrow. Just wanted to show you what has happened. Thank you.
They should have a lawsuit.
Yeah,
Definitely.
he gonna tell her to step back, but he's standing on her grass. What?
Yeah, but step back. Step back. You just record. You just keep recording. She really don't even need to do all that talking. Just shut up, record, and step back. I just want you to record.
No problem, officer. I'll step back. Please let my husband or whatever go. Thank you.
Yeah, we going straight to we going straight
I see you on court in a couple weeks.
We going straight to the lawyer's office after that.
I'm not even waiting to the next day. I'm not even waiting to the next day.
I promise you, speed call him.
Please.
Speed call him and tell him when can I come in, or he'll come to your house. You know, his ass will be sued.
Oh, y'all heard that? They got a new poll. They did a new poll. Nearly 1/3 of every American woman ages 18 through 28 say they are LGBTQ.
Wow.
One out of every what?
1/3 of every American woman. 1 out of 3 ages 18 to 28 say they are LGBTQ. Y'all think about that? Y'all saw that coming?
You know what that sound like? You know how where you be saying don't be pocket watching? Why motherfuckers bedroom watching somebody else's shit? I don't, boss. I do not. I don't interest myself globally about what somebody doing in their bedroom.
That's not global. That's nation.
Huh?
That's the nation. That's not global.
Well, I'm just saying, you know, they have certain customs in their bedroom in other countries. I don't concern myself. I don't, you know, I don't know what goes on in somebody's bedroom, and I don't care. I really don't. It's so it bewilders me for people to be, oh, well, he doing this and he doing that, instead of worry about what they doing. You worry about, you know, ain't nobody looking in my bedroom because I ain't letting them know. It ain't none of their business.
Top dog law.
Yeah. You know, it's just like with P. Diddy and all of them in the industry. I don't care what they was doing in their bedroom.
It's just showing you the way that the country is going. That's all.
Oh yeah, it's been going that way for at least the last 4 decades that I can remember. You know what I'm saying? That it's becoming more and more normalized. Like that's okay.
No, Kirk. No.
What?
It switched in 2012.
I'm saying,
it tripled since 2012. That's what the stats is. I don't know about 40 years and all that. Since 2012.
I could remember back in the days, they had a dude that used to be on television named Flip Wilson. and he was an openly gay male. You knew he was open. That culture has been going on since way before just 2020. You had Liberace, you had a whole bunch of celebrities that were openly gay people.
Yeah, but that's not even what we talking about. First of all, it said every 1 in 3 women between ages 18 and 28 are LGBTQ now. We ain't talking about the man and Flip Wilson and all that. Girls, females, 18 through 28 are LGBTQ now.
What's the percentage of males that are LGBT male?
I don't know.
You know, see, that's all I'm saying. The culture, the homosexuality culture, has been back in when I was young. You couldn't be out the closet because they'd kill you for it. They would kill you for showing that. You had people like Billie Jean King that was openly gay female, but it wasn't all over the place. Like they wasn't having gay parades and all of that nonsense to celebrate their sexuality. That shit started coming about with the revolution of the feminine movement, the feminine movement or whatever that was. And that was way before the 80s. Long before that. It was starting, people were that LGBTQ, but they were in the closet. They was hiding it. They was acting like they was just normal people, but they were gay. They were football players.
It's not about what people are doing in their bedroom. It's about the agenda they are pushing on our youth. Facts.
They are. They pushing that whole.
Hey, that's what it really boiled down to, Adrian. They said since 2012 it tripled. Yeah, that don't ask, don't tell, and all that. It's just the facts are the facts. During the Obama administration, Ricky Lake was when they started normalizing this.
When did they have that bombing of that gay club? I think it was in New York or Philadelphia, or one of them.
It was in I don't know about a bombing, but I know they shot the gay club up. That was in Orlando.
It wasn't recent. I'm talking about.
Hold on, Kirk. I'm glad. Yo, wow! I Googled Flip Wilson gay. It says no.
That's a lot. Look at all of his. You know when a motherfucker is gay. Come on,
talking, man.
Look, have you ever looked at Flip Wilson?
Appreciate it, V.
He played roles of females, baby girl, baby child, and all of that. Yes, he was. See, people is looking up on Google, and back then he probably didn't openly claim that he was gay. You knew he was gay. He was too.
So if he didn't openly claim he was gay, why are you calling him gay?
Look at his whole history. Don't just look at what the words say.
I'm asking you why are you calling him gay?
If I see, okay, let me see. Let me name another gay male.
No.
No. I'm just sure
Wilson gay
because of his behavior, them character traits, the way he was holding his hand. Who?
So was Prince gay?
I believe he was.
Josh said, if more females become lesbians, the population will go down. Yeah, they can get sperm, but then it will create a weirdo society. That's a fact, Josh. That was the whole point of the statistic. Kirk just being extra.
I'm just telling facts. That agenda came around during the feminist movement when women wanted the equal rights and equal pay for equal days work and all that shit. Then they start, the Me Too movement, and they started gaining strength with being able to speak out that started long before Obama even was running for politician. That motherfucker was gay back in the days,
All right, we
with
know
her.
it was gay people in the day back in the days, but Obama administration boosted it. Point blank, period. Those women must have gotten their heart broken or molested. Flip Wilson was the first Tyler Perry in a dress.
Who?
The man you said was gay. I would be surprised if Denzel Washington is on the list. Yeah, that's true, Steve. That's true. I would be too. They welcome everybody in their bedroom is the problem. That's a fact, Naima. They looking for love. They want to be loved so bad. It's proven that men get paid more in acting just to play a gay role, even though he's straight. Omar from The Wire was straight and he was super gay. He was kissing niggas in the bathtub and everything. Word up.
That's who it was.
I'm talking about the kissing scenes and all that was real. Word.
Definitely was. Definitely was.
Fact.
That was wild. He was wilding.
And he couldn't have been getting paid that much. He couldn't have been getting paid that much.
Not back then.
Not on The
Not
Wire.
back then. Yeah,
not back then. That's crazy.
I can almost run on a conspiracy theory that I think that, you know, that whole gay thing really started culminating with the invent of the welfare system. Because remember, the man couldn't be in the house. Women started turning to other women for affection. And all of a sudden, the black male is no longer in the house. Women start thinking that they could do, I don't need no man for nothing.
Dre just sent me this. I didn't even hear about this. Let me play this. 13 by.
Term that we have heard here in Houston many times in the past, but not like we have over the past week.
As 5 bodies have been discovered in our city's bayous over the last week, 2 Investigates Mario Diaz is in downtown Houston examining any potential connections.
This popped up on social media over the weekend, and the frequency in terms of the number of deaths that have taken place over the last week has many asking questions.
Houston's a big city, but for that number of people, even in a city as large as us, that number's concerning to say the least.
Indeed, 5 bodies discovered over the last week alone, including that of a missing University of Houston student found last Thursday. The cause of her death still under investigation, according to HPD. Had you ever heard of deaths in the bayou really before last week?
Not as frequent, no. It's hard not to hear about it since there's been many deaths bodies found.
Over a dozen this year. Mayor John Whitmire tells 2 Investigates HPD has clearly informed him that none are connected.
So I'm firmly of the opinion that if this was the work of a serial killer, that local law enforcement would be on top of it and they would be sending out warnings.
Tim Miller of Texas EquiSearch knows Houston bayous better than most.
As many searches as I've done, Mario, I've never seen this many in one week in the bios. What's happening is leaving everybody with a huge question mark.
Once again, important to note, the mayor telling me that all the deaths along the bayous of Houston here this year, HPD tells him they have seen no connections to one case or another. The mayor also adding it is simply too much to have one death along the bayous in Houston. In downtown, Mario Diaz, KPRC2 News.
Well,
you think that's the work of a serial killer?
Did they say they was all killed the same way?
Serial killers don't normally kill all the time, the same way. Sometimes they change their patterns.
Hold on. CC89, you blacks against Charlie or support him? What you with? Who you with? What you with, CC89? I like to have fun.
Hey, Noah.
Hey, Kirk, how you doing?
What up,
Good.
No. Go ahead, Kirk. What you saying?
It was kind of like, how, I don't know if you all remember the time down there they had the Atlanta child murders. I came through Atlanta around that time. You know what I'm saying? And they kept bodies kept turning up, kept turning up. And I'm convinced to this day that they framed that dude, Wayne Williams, because they said that he was going over the Chattahoochee Bridge, right? And then he said he heard a splash. But they're contending that Wayne Williams, at that time, he was just a little bitty twerb-like motherfucker. Like, excuse my language, a twerb-like. You know, he didn't have an athletic build, was able to pick up a grown man, dead weight, lift him above the rail, and throw him over in the river. They set him up. But they went on a killing. They killed a whole...
Kidnapping kids. Wasn't he kidnapping kids?
Well, it was a whole bunch of grown folks, too.
Oh.
Grown men that were coming up dead. But it was a lot of black children, too. You know, he was supposed to have been one of the first one in the music industry. He was a producer, whatever. And, you know, he was getting kids out the hood that was coming to the studio and this and that. They framed him because they had all kind of FBI evidence that the Ku Klux Klan one of the branches of the Ku Klux Klan was working for GBI that's over there on Panthersville in Decatur, where GBI headquarters is. I remember that whole story. Plus, a lady friend of mine, her husband was a newscaster at the time, and I followed that. To this day, that dude still claims he didn't do it. He didn't do it. I don't think he did it, but they had to have a scapegoat to cover their track, because immediately after they got him, they didn't even prosecute the rest of the cases, but they tore up the FBI files of what the FBI was getting, you know, ahead on. Why are you destroying evidence? I don't get it.
So Jimmy Kimmel is back, huh?
Yeah, they let him back.
But I wanted to answer that question to the
That's a
actual
good
video.
point. Who that, Van? That's a good point, Van. He was arrested and the killing stopped. I wonder why. That's a good point, Van.
And it did stop. And I believe because they had served their agenda. It was supposed to have been they was trying to start a race war. I don't know. I'm not sure, but you know, I kind of followed it back then. I think that was in, I want to say 78, 79. I was coming through Atlanta at the time. You know.
I don't know. Like I was saying, I was answering the video question. I think there's a serial killer over there. So it could be. They could that news dude could have been answering the question a certain way just to profile the killer or something. He probably don't want the killer to think they're on their heels for whatever reason. We don't know what's going on over there. But I know one thing: 12 bodies in one river ain't a coincidence. It ain't 12 different people just saying, "Oh, let's just dump a body in here." No, that's not
Right.
how things work. So it's got to be somebody over there murking something. So the pattern
in the
is
same
the
river.
person dumping. Yeah, the pattern's the person dumping the body in that river. That's the pattern. So I
Right.
don't know. All that getting into other things that happen. Yeah, I don't know. There's somebody over there killing shit.
What you think, Noah? Oh my God.
Yeah, Noah came with problems. Can't hear you, Noah.
My mic is messed up.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go to this. No, we can't hear you.
Yeah, you about right, Davon. There's somebody that's doing that killing.
Statement set to start today in Tampa, where 5 men stand trial accused of taking the life of a 4-year-old girl.
A story we've been covering here on Tampa Bay. Lost her life after being shot while sitting in the back seat of a car in August of 2021. Tampa Bay's Christina Mendez joins us live this morning at the Hillsborough County Courthouse. Christina, after more than 4 years of waiting, this family is finally seeing this trial begin, as all of the men are pleading not guilty in this case.
Yeah, and all of them facing a lengthy list of charges. The most serious, of course, the first-degree murder of Sunny Bell. This is the little girl, the 4-year-old, at the center of this trial that will start to unfold later this morning. Tampa police saying that Sunny was shot while riding in a car near the intersection of 43rd Street and Hillsborough Avenue. At the time, investigators say drivers of other cars were following them before the shooting. And more than a month later, police arrested these 5 men: Zavante Sampson, Quandarius Hammond, Jalen Bedward, James Denson, and Andrew Thompson. All of them have pleaded not guilty. Opening statements set to begin at 9 this morning. 10 Tampa Bay will be inside the courthouse as that starts to unfold. We also want to say that testimony will begin following that, where we will finally see all of the years of evidence laid out on the table for the jury. Live in Tampa this morning, Christina Mendez, 10 Tampa Bay News.
That's terrible. That's a tragedy.
It's more of an uproar about Charlie Kirk than that.
Mm-hmm.
No, your mic is muted if you ain't know.
Yeah, no, I know. I fixed it.
Oh.
It wasn't unmuted. That's crazy. 5 of them? What the hell make 5 people shoot a little girl?
She was in the car. They done chased the car down, probably thinking it was some other person or whatever, and shot the car.
Mm-hmm.
But that happened in Chicago too. The dude was in the McDonald's drive-through line, and they came and shot his car up. He don't even get hit. They killed his 7-year-old daughter or something like that.
That kind of hit close to home to me. My daughter's first husband, he was standing outside where his mother was in a motorcycle club, and they mistaken him from somebody else. Shot him. He went and died right on his mama's lap. Told me, "Mama, they killed me," and died just like that. Like, I keep going back to the proliferation of these military-style weapons. They need to get them off the streets. Get them off the streets, and only certain entities should be allowed to have guns in a civil society. Other than that, we gonna destroy ourselves. You put the gun in the hands of a foolish man, and he'll kill everything around. Give him a false sense of power.
Everybody's saying you wrong, Kurt. Everybody's saying Flip Wilson wasn't gay.
Yes, he was. Look at some. Nick, I'm gonna send you some of his clips, and you just tell me by the persona that he gives that you don't think that the man is gay.
No, I didn't hear about that. I didn't hear about that, Felicia.
Yeah, the emotional singer dude who I guess his alleged girlfriend was chopped up and found in the
Yeah. I didn't know what was going on about that. Hold on.
Yeah, that dude David.
That's what they said. It was legal. We can sport an afro. All right. This man, it's a lot of brothers here. This man here's got an afro. This is an afro right here. Or somewhat of an afro. It's not big, no. But they want us to wear a skin head. What they call it, high and tight. High and tight. It's not my culture. Am I right around? They come over here. They get, all right, a Vietnamese girl. She called me a nigga. A nigga, a Vietnamese girl. I know it's not part of their language. Can't nobody tell me that's part of their language. But I'm going to go over here. The beast, you know that. See, we go over here. We fight. Okay, we fight to defend the water we drink, the land we grow our food on, and our way of culture. We also fight to protect Rockefeller's foundation. We fight to protect J.P. Kennedy's foundation, all these different kind of foundations that the black man can't partake of, you understand? And then we go back, we're continuously harassed. It's not necessary. This ain't what we heard. This is what we know. See, we've seen it from the bird's eye point of view. We are the people here now, see? We see it now. This ain't what we heard, you know.
Out in the Ville. Now, just like you said, these Oriental people don't know how to where the word nigga came from or nothing. They have to learn how to speak it. You go out there in that Ville. The first time I come over here, I goes out in the Ville, I falls into one of these places, and I'm thrown out because I'm black, you know? Because I'm black. They don't like us. They say we start trouble. Now who done put this stuff in their mind? You know what I mean? The bees came over here and brainwashed these people. We get out here and try to do our thing, and they wants to downrate us. because we're black. Because the beast came over here and told them that we ain't nothing but trouble. Because we got a strong rapper and they scared we're going to take the women away.
Well, wait a minute. Let me tell you something about down south. Let's say down high in July this year right here. When the so-called the beast, this is what we call them because they act savage and barbarous like animals.
That was during the Vietnam conflict.
You know what's crazy? They didn't look like a bunch of heroin addicts there. They didn't look like a bunch of heroin addicts.
But they had put it in the cities. The soldiers, though they had a part in it because, a lot of, Frank Lucas was getting his shipments through the military. He knew one of the people that worked in logistic transportation. But they was dropping narcotics in the neighborhood, heroin and different, pharmaceuticals. And those mines, and they was destroying with it. Now, we didn't have to pick it up. We sure did. Black folks picked it up and changed it over and did all kind of others to make more money out of it. They found it as a way of economics. You know what I'm saying? But believe me, it wasn't. You know who put that in the minds of them? I heard, because that was back in my daddy them and my older brother days, that the Viet Cong was running supposed to have been a propaganda escort riding through the jungle, but speaking in English, talking about, black men, niggas, go home. This ain't your war. This ain't your war. You know what I'm saying? And they were saying it in English, but kind of like broken English. But there we was, fighting for a country that didn't love us. That's one of the reasons why. Remember, I told you when I went in the military, once I seen the bureaucratic bush, I was like, I'm out of this. I'm out. I'm getting out. I got out because I thought I was fighting for a good cause, or I was doing the service for my nation, and I followed in the footsteps of my father and grandfather. But it's crazy. Politicians build nations and superpowers off of killing other people.
Yep, this part of our history right here too, no?
The use of black children as bait to lure alligators. This gruesome practice was fueled by the booming demand for alligator hides, which were highly prized for making belts, shoes, and bags. Historical records suggest that the practice began in the late 19th century as alligator hunting became more widespread. Hunters, desperate to increase their catch, may have experimented with various methods, including using children as bait. The belief that children were less likely to be harmed by alligators might have fueled this horrific logic. While the exact number of incidents is unknown, newspaper articles and historical accounts provide evidence of its occurrence. For example, the Washington Times reported in 1908 that 2 black children were used as bait to lure alligators out of their winter quarters at the New York Zoological Gardens. The practice was often advertised in newspapers and other media, sometimes with racist overtones. Some accounts suggest that it was even seen as a form of entertainment, with spectators gathering to watch the hunt.
You know what's even more messed up? That happened in 1908, and 60 years later, black people wanted to wear nothing but alligator skins.
You're right about that. Alligator shoes, alligator belt.
So when the next time when somebody wants to say, "Oh, these black people now are so impressionable by this, that, and the third," I want to let everybody know, black people always been this way. We always wanted to wear the most expensive thing. Even if you want to take us back to our homeland in Africa, we always had the big bulging jewelry and stuff like that, the big bulging necklace and stuff, even if it's a stone or rock or something like that.
I wish you could find some clips about the blood diamond. where they was working those black people in Africa, digging diamonds up, making $2 a week. You know what I'm saying? And selling them same diamonds to us as I got bling bling. You know,
It's just a mentality with black people that had the best thing to have. I don't know. Some of us just like it like that. I can attest. I seen BJ love the most expensivest things ever. And he probably now has just as much money as he ever had in the streets. And he'll put on a white tee and a fitted now. And we've been in Lenox Mall together shopping. I seen $3,000 purchases on shirts and stuff like that, and now he just gonna go get a white tee. So
Nigga, I'm
spending your
broke.
money.
Hey, I remember when BJ bought that Mercedes. Remember that Mercedes that grab you? Like when you go around the corner, the seats come around your arms and hold you.
Still my favorite car on God's green earth. There's no car with one of my dream cars. Just a
What, the
newer model
Mercedes?
now, of course. Hell yeah. To me, there's no better kit on the car than the AMG. I've seen it
Well,
personally.
them Mercedes, especially the ones that were made in the Eastern European countries, them cars is great. They run. I had
Germans make the best cars.
Make the best car.
remember that. Remember, I had that blue Mercedes. I had that. It was a
Mm-hmm.
It was an '83. Yeah, I drove it back to St. Louis, but old girl took that and sold it to the junkyard for $250.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that movie tonight, F1, that with the black dude from Snowfall. Watch his movie tonight. I was thinking about watching it already anyway, but it's about German cars and stuff like that. So yeah, I want to watch it. BJ, the only person I've known personally with a foreign car like that. Like everybody niggas be talking, but personally, yeah, it's just be still to this day.
I declare that today France recognizes the state of Palestine.
This was a major moment. France leading the way at the UN, recognizing Palestine. Britain's Foreign Secretary here too to witness it, after her Prime Minister did the same over the weekend. In London, cheers as Palestine's flag went up over its new embassy.
This is undoubtedly historic, but will it make any difference? Israel says it will retaliate against any further recognition of a Palestinian state. But Britain, like others, says it helps the chances of peace because it gives Palestinians something to hope for.
Before the debate, sponsored by both France and Saudi Arabia, Israel denounced it as a circus.
This is a theater because we all know that it's detached from reality. While Macron and his colleagues will celebrate, 48 hostages will stay in captivity in Gaza.
But Britain and others say Israel has brought this upon itself by working to reverse any chance of a Palestinian state being created, and with it a two-state peaceful solution to the conflict. Tolerating relentless Jewish settler outrages on the West Bank that have killed Palestinians and torched their homes and businesses, often with the apparent connivance of the Israeli military, and refusing to accept a ceasefire in Gaza, where tens of thousands of civilians have been killed. Irish Taoiseach Michael Martin fears recognising Palestine might not be enough.
We consistently condemn the atrocities of Hamas on October the 7th, the slaughter of innocents there, and the decision to take hostages, which is a war crime, and the failure to release hostages. And Hamas should release all of the hostages. But this phase of the war, it's a war against their people. And it has all the hallmarks of an ethnic cleansing.
Donald Trump is supporting his ally Israel, disagreeing on the matter with Prime Minister Keir Starmer when they met in Chequers last week. The White House condemned today's recognition of Palestine as a backward move.
He spoke about that in the UK, standing right next to his friend, Prime Minister Starmer. And he feels this does not do anything to release the hostages, which is the primary goal right now in Gaza, does nothing to end this conflict and bring this war to a close. And frankly, he believes it's a reward to Hamas.
President Trump speaks here tomorrow, but whatever he says, the number of countries opposing the idea of a Palestinian state at the UN is dwindling, whether Israel likes it or not. Dominic Waghorn, Sky News, New York.
Well,
hey, hold on, before we go, let me answer man real quick. And plus, that's more Noah's topic anyway. My first thought, man, was I wish there was a way I could go back to 1908 and kill every last one of them. But then, since there's no way for me doing that, I thought black people's mind state a couple years later and how they brainwash. So, yes, no, that wasn't my beef. Wasn't against the alligators. My beef is I can't do nothing about 1908. I don't know, you know, can't do nothing about it. But anyway, no, go ahead, no. You know, God's is your topic. I don't know much.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's people act like this is what, like, recognition is just such like this is not going to change anything. Like, okay, 6 countries recognized it. You know how much more the UN could do. You know how they could literally, in situations where they've been scared, like after World War II, in situations where there's fear of human rights violations or this and that, the UN could literally bring people on the ground. They could ban export transfers to Israel. They could do asset freezes. The UN's power in reality to actually cause a real impact beyond just recognizing a state and the right to statehood and all of that things, that's not going to stop babies from dying every day. Like, yeah, obviously it's a step in the right direction, but it's like, it's kind of also like, to many, like a distraction, like a fake win kind of, because now it's like, all right, Palestine's getting something, but it's like, what are people in Palestine really getting? France said we exist. Yay.
I kind of agree with you. That's what they saying. They exist so that y'all ain't got to pay attention to the fact that they're dying. They don't have an infrastructure. They don't have running water. They ain't got. They can't get food. They are trying to ethnic cleanse. It's like they did over there in Sri Lanka. You know what I'm saying? The tribes was killing the other tribes off, trying to get rid of them. That's the same thing that Hitler did to them. It's the same thing. Let them people be. I believe the whole hostage situation is because Israel continued to oppress those people. They got tired of it. Retaliation. You know? Just, you know, you could keep pushing a people so far before there will be a revolution. No revolution is started without some type of violence. You know?
Noah, Maine says symbolism, trust, we know all about, Noah.
Yeah, I think we know all about that, but yeah, no, definitely. I feel like a lot of different people have been through that, where they'll do these symbolic gestures, but in reality, nothing on the ground changes, and we're just expected to take it as a win. And sometimes, like, I feel like this is just the time in history that people have been the most mad about Palestine. So I feel like this will probably like kind of numb it a little bit or get people to think it's getting better, when in reality, Israel has not been punished in any real way. And even the ICJ case that South Africa won, like, there's so many ways to implement that. There's so many ways, like, they've already, even when they like issued an arrest warrant out for Netanyahu, and then he just sat there frolicking from country to country, like, it's only really 2-3 countries that banned him from entering. And it's like, there's so much more that could be done, but the UN just operates in a way where if the only real measure that can be taken is if the Security Council votes on something. But in reality, the Security Council like is never going to vote on this, because America's always going to veto it. And the like in theory, the General Assembly should be able to pass resolutions to ban like export arms from getting to Israel, to implement measures where there's a UN monitoring a ceasefire. Like, this shouldn't be like, the UN has just become such BS because it's just become pretty much the Security Council and then a bunch of like, you know, symbolic things on the side about recognizing this, that. But it's like, if one of those 5 countries doesn't want something to happen, it's not gonna happen. That's what international law has come to. So it's kind of stupid.
Them people not even getting food.
Exactly. Like, you can't stop them from bombing water trucks. You can't just say if you bomb a water truck, you don't get, like, They can even prevent them from getting visas. There's been so many different like measures that NGOs have advocated for because they're very feasible. Like if you do asset freezes, if you prevent them from leaving the country, they're not going to do that anymore. Like
we got to make her get into her ego so she like shows up and like posts it on social media. Nope. Actually, while I'm attacking the feds, maybe not going to a public event, which the feds are organizing, is probably a very good idea. I'm good. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna listen to Power on my headphones and go see Ye. How's that for a memorial for Charlie Kirk? That feels like the right thing for me to do right now.
She was talking about why she ain't go to Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, I would know it.
I didn't want her to go. Don't go. Don't go over there. Them people definitely want you silent.
Did you see that poster for that event that like Charlie Kirk's wife and Trump and some other guy had posted, and it was like a memorial thing, and it just had the photos of everybody except Charlie Kirk. I was seeing it all over Instagram. I'll send it to you.
They had another one?
How you gonna have a memorial poster for somebody and it has pictures of 3 people, but not the guy that the memorial is in honor of? I thought I sent it to you.
I promise you, it just seemed like her speech, like when she was talking about her, it just didn't sound genuine to me. 1 minute she talking like that, then she and I just it just doesn't sound genuine. You know what I'm saying? Like most people, when they lose their wife or husband, they crying like hell. I mean, it's because it's hurtful when you lose your significant other. You know what I'm saying? It just didn't seem genuine.
I really don't understand what type of like spirituality gets you to like you saw the speech she gave a few days after saying that she forgives his killer. Like, I don't know, as religious as I could get, as spiritual, as somebody that takes away the father of my children and my husband just out of nothing for no reason, I'm going to forgive him in 3 days because Jesus used to.
It wasn't 3 days, it was 11 days, but that's their faith. And if you're going to be strong within your faith, then that's what the faith calls for, forgiveness. That's what they faith calls for. Islam don't forgive. Allah don't forgive.
I don't think anybody in Islam, Islam never expects you to forgive somebody that killed. What do you mean? Islam is punitive. Islam, if you steal somebody, you cut his arm off. Like there's punishments for wrongdoing.
So what if you're
forgive them for what they sinned?
Let me ask you this.
There's redemption, but there's no forgiveness.
So a Muslim, all right. So as a Muslim, if someone kills your family member or something, husband, child, whatever, you're not supposed to forgive them. You're supposed to get like retaliation.
Yes, the concept is called tha'ir. It means if somebody kills somebody within your family, you send somebody to kill somebody in their family. As Islam is very an eye for an eye. It's never been like Christianity in that way. There's possibilities for redemption, but it's like there's no expectation that you're just gonna forgive somebody that wronged you in that way. Obviously, there's like forgiveness on a smaller scale, but like for the major sins, killing, stealing, whatever, an eye for an eye.
I think that's the most powerful thing a person could really do is forgive a killer.
That's how the law really works
Well,
out there, no?
if we going according to religion, I have never been able to marry the two ideas. It calls for forgiveness, but it also states in the Bible an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Fair exchange is never a robbery. You know what I'm saying? I forgive you, but I got you. You killed mine, yours ain't growing up.
Life for life. Okay, so life for life in Christianity. Ain't no Christians in the chat. Where are my Christians in the chat?
I'm just saying that's what it says, an eye for an eye. What does that mean?
Yeah, but it's not saying a life for a life. I'm staying specifically on life for life. I understand an eye for an eye.
That's what it's saying.
What up, JT?
There he is.
In your religion, in your faith, do you believe if someone takes the life of your family member Do you believe you should forgive that person, or their life should be taken?
Me personally, I told y'all before, I say it again, I don't believe in death penalty. You should sit the rest of your life in jail, sure, whatever, cool. Die natural causes, whatever
What you think,
happens, yeah.
JT?
But
Life for life or forgiveness?
death penalty is crazy. I mean,
Forgiveness.
if
I
you're a
don't believe in death
Christian,
penalty either. I believe in
Forgiveness.
retribution.
Oh no, you're saying life for life.
I'm
yeah,
saying
that I could get that.
I said
No.
Islam. I was talking about what Islam says. I wasn't talking about my personal opinion. I don't believe in forgiving your killer, the killer of your husband. I don't believe in killing them either. Like I just, I don't see God is meant to be forgiving in Islam, like not
Right.
to people who murdered their.
That's a good point. Yeah, but let me see. Where Dawu at?
Nah, I could believe in get back though, like Noah just said. I could believe in that.
You say get back.
That's
Yeah,
I
because like
research.
if somebody kill if somebody kill one of ours, I don't see none of us really wanting to go to the
That's a
law.
good.
The
That's a
law
good
take
point,
care of it.
JT.
The law take care of it. But like if you pass me and you've killed one of mine, I'm not gonna let you walk past me. My emotions won't let it happen.
That's a
Just
good point,
speaking from the
JT.
human point.
What do
I'm
you
gonna
mean we
try to
forgive
kill you.
because God forgave us? I didn't kill nobody. You're gonna forgive a
I'm gonna
killer because God forgave me for like cheating on it. You know what I mean? Like there's things that are more unforgivable than others.
No. We just talking about life for life, death.
No, but I'm talking about the comment, BJ. He said we forgive because
I
God
know,
forgave
but
us.
what I'm saying is, you talking about you went into cheating and all that. We talking about life for life. We ain't
Yes,
talking about
but I'm
adultery.
just saying. I just mentioned cheating because, like, my worst sins do not involve murder. God forgave me for. I'm not a person that's killing people, so I gotta forgive somebody that's committing these egregious sins because God forgave me for pretty minor sins, in my opinion.
Well, by your theory, that's what white people use. That's the same theory white people use for saying black people shouldn't get reparations. It's too late for black people to get reparations. Because why should white people have to pay for reparations? They didn't have nothing to do with slavery.
Because they still benefit from the privilege, so it's not like they had. You don't need to be the perpetrator.
All white people don't benefit from slavery. Matter of fact, white people, a lot of white people didn't have slaves. It wasn't a large population of white people that had slaves.
BJ, in today's world in America, is it generally in any way socially, politically, economically easier to live a life as a white person or as a black person?
As a white person.
All right. So in the principle of justice, of restoring, I believe in equality, in things being equitable. The principle of justice is that even if I didn't cause it, if I have an advantage, I believe in using my advantage to help people that are at a disadvantage. So that's
my
the
fault.
principle.
I'm just my fault. JT said he was talking a life for a life. Don't take things out of context, Auntie. No, you Auntie.
I'm Auntie.
Boy, don't start Noah. He called you Auntie.
Naima said it's all about.
I didn't take anything out of context.
Cause.
You just didn't
Example:
understand my
someone
point.
is stopping you or getting in the way of you or your family's worship. Right.
It's all about.
That's tough. That's tough, Johnny, huh?
I think it's kind of hard. Say, if somebody took my mother's life, for me to say I forgive you and everything is hunky dory.
Hey,
it takes.
What about your child's life? If someone took your child's life, no.
Like, who is forgiving? Obviously, I'm never forgiving them. And that's like, I grew up from when I was a very young girl. My mom would tell me the only time I will be capable of murder, I know I could kill somebody if they touch my kids. Like, most people are like that. It's like, you're gonna want retribution. I don't believe in forgiving somebody that killed your child. It goes against our biological instincts. A lion wouldn't do that. A bear wouldn't do that. And yeah, we're more evolved, but this
lions
is still like, forgiveness is crazy.
Lions kill their boys.
No, lions kill. No, the lions killed the other male lions' kids. Theirs, they allow them to grow.
When the lion's cub get of age and strong enough and all that, them cubs can't stay. They don't stay with their father.
Yeah, but if a lioness have another
a lion will kill his son.
If a lioness have a cub by another alpha male lion, the male, the alpha male of that pride will kill those. I mean, I look at National Geographic all the time. Normally, when their kids, when their seed grow up and get big enough, they kick them out of the pride, and they got to go find
and
their
if
own.
they don't kick them out the pride, they're gonna kill them, Kirk. That was the whole point of everything. You just went in a circle for nothing. Derek says an eye for an eye was in the Old Testament when the law was what people lived by. Jesus brought redemption and forgiveness. The fact you lose a life does not give you the right to take another. It's different faiths. I got a clip for y'all coming though. I'm just trying to get y'all views. That means you are committing the same sin. That's a good point, Derek.
That's why I said for me,
about
if
cheating
you
that,
kill
by the way.
somebody,
JT, I was
that's
when
lust.
I was talking about cheating on an exam when I was 12, JT. I wasn't obviously cheating to me
No,
is
you
not a
wasn't
minor
specific,
sin. It
no.
is a very major sin. It is
You
the
wasn't
third,
specific, no.
it's probably second after murder. I was talking about cheating on a test when I was 12.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's why I said it's an emotional level for me. If somebody's personal, like I know
Facts,
you
Derek.
killed somebody personal, I love, yes, emotionally, I'm not letting you walk past me. But if the law took it into their hands, I'm not gonna like find a way to track you down to kill you or something like that. That don't mean I necessarily forgive you. That means I just
So-
let go and let God or let
So
go and let whatever.
the Christians are saying, the followers of Jesus Christ are saying forgiveness. The followers of Allah, except for Naima, is saying nah.
Let me read the summary for Islam. The summary for Islam is that Islam gives victims and families the right to seek retribution so they are not left powerless. However, forgiveness is considered more virtuous and spiritually rewarding and closer to the nature of Allah. That's what I said. It's a godly attribute. We're not expected to be gods. You have a right to retribution. You're not left powerless.
So let me ask you this: do you think someone that does forget, let's say a Muslim, if they do forgive the killer, do you think that's weak or strong? Do you think that's a weak Muslim, or what you think? Or it's just up to them? Whatever floats their boat?
Whatever, I'm generally a whatever floats their boat person, but to me it's like sometimes forgiveness is just something you do for yourself because you don't want to be angry and thinking about killing somebody for the rest of your life when you know you're not going to do it. So a lot of the times I feel like it's an emotion people force on themselves to move on and to process something because they don't want to stay angry. But I think in most of those cases, most of that forgiveness is just shallow and not really true. You're just like telling yourself something until you believe it, so you're not angry.
JT said that's a strong Muslim.
I don't think that's I think the Muslim is lying to himself.
I think
Not for nothing. It's just
yeah, I agree with you, JT. Go ahead, cuz.
I was just gonna say it real quick, man. Not for nothing. The hardest thing to do is always the right thing to do. That's what I just sometimes believe. And the hardest thing to do in that situation probably would be to forgive somebody. So that probably is the right thing to do. But some of us ain't that strong. I know I'm not.
Can you forgive someone if they take your child? If they kill your child, can you forgive someone?
I'm not. That's what I'm just saying. I'm not that strong.
Can y'all forgive someone if they kill your child?
No, I couldn't. I mean, I probably could, but it takes a process. You have to learn how to forgive. It's
true, Johnny. That's true, Johnny.
It's hard to just.
In a moment? Did it happen in a moment? Did it happen and the person got caught and I gotta slowly, you know what I mean, deal with this later through life? I mean, yeah, I'm gonna have to eventually forgive in order for my heart to be better. But like, I guess there's always gonna be a part of me that wants to kill you if I can't never get my hands on you.
Let me get this.
I can't hate you. It's not our way. Showing rahmah, mercy, that is our way. And you were a baby, and you are still a child. His death was already ordained. Maybe the purpose is to save your life, because you're not going to be killed by this society. My family would like very much to be a part of your seeing a better way of life so that this does not repeat itself. Because I will always be a part of your life. You can only see how to help them when you have forgiven, truly from your heart. I hate
That's
you.
deep. That's deep.
Yeah, she should run the
You have to.
world.
That's a different feeling. That's a different spirit there.
Yeah, she should
And
run
she
the
Like I
world.
was
said,
sick. And
it's
she made a lot of
hard. And she made a lot of. She was strong in where she stood. You know what I'm saying? I think more so what Davion said. You know, that emotional attachment that you have, and it was taken away. You know, you have to kind of almost learn how to forgive somebody, because emotionally, your automatic response, like with lions, gorilla, they gonna go to try to protect their young at all costs. You know what I'm saying? Or your parent or something. You know, it's hard to just say, "I'm gonna forgive you." It's a long process. You know what I'm saying? You got to be strong. You got to be strong to be able to forgive them and move on.
peace and love, Auntie.
So it's tough. You know.
Yeah, she that lady was Muslim, JT. Or are you
Definitely.
talking about no? Who you
Strong.
talking about? Wow, that was powerful. That was powerful for real, JT.
It was.
For real. Okay, Dawu. Dawu, would you forgive someone that murdered your child? Or murdered
That's what I'm
anyone,
saying.
like
See,
both your family or something? Peace. Super strong, Naima. Yeah, I think she.
I think it just comes from having like a really high degree of empathy and understanding, and being able to understand and to even feel like you have the power to fix it the way she feels. But I feel like, to me, like forgiveness is just completely letting go of resentment. And it's like, I can't imagine one day where I think of my child being gone and I don't resent the reason my child's gone. Like, I don't think I can completely let go of resentment. Maybe you can get to that place where you understand and you empathize, but what am I going to just think of my child being gone and my heart is just going to be content? I'm not going to be angry at anybody. Like, I don't think that's realistic. You know what I mean? Like, there's always going to be some lingering anger. I don't know how.
I think for that woman, she took that anger and focused it and transformed it into helping her son's killer. I think that was what, I guess that was probably her coping with it, which is
Yeah.
probably the hardest thing to do ever. And she found that task, and she a woman like that should run the world. Yeah.
I'll still say it's really, really hard. I'm kind of dealing with a situation like that with my son. It takes time to be able to really forgive that person for not killing them or even putting their life in danger. You have to reach a certain level of spirituality before I think you can get to that point where you would want to even think to see something good happen to the person that caused that type of hurt. You got to be strong. That whole video. I like that video. It's strong.
You talking about forgiveness, people?
That's a
You
strong.
talking about forgiveness, people? Oh,
I don't know. Like my cousin was just murdered about 4 or 5 years
depends
ago.
on the child. Dawood said it depends on the child. This is crazy. Don't come in here with that energy, Dawood. It depends on the child.
My cousin was murdered about 4 or 5 years ago. I don't think
That's a
I know
fact,
I ain't
Johnny. You have
forget
to
some,
think
so
about
I
that
don't know.
before you mess with people's family. That's a fact, Johnny.
I don't know. I don't forget some. If something happened to him tomorrow, I wouldn't care, bro. That's just how I feel. I ain't about to try to go on some. Nah, I got more responsibilities, but yeah, if something happened to him tomorrow, I wouldn't care. That's for sure.
But if you was in a harmonious relationship with your baby moms or your wife, and somebody took them out of anger, that all just immediately, I forgive you, and I don't know how somebody can work that. I mean, I've tried to do it. It takes time.
Hold on, y'all.
A video showing a father hugging and forgiving his son's killer in a courtroom went viral.
I forgive you on behalf of Salahuddin and his mother. My dear nephew, Trey, I don't blame you for the crime you commit. I'm not angry at you for being part of hurting my son. I'm angry at the devil. I blame the devil who misguiding you and misleading you to do such a horrible crime.
Now, after almost a decade, he shared a meal with the killer's father. In a heartfelt Facebook post, he wrote, "After 9 years, Allah has brought a father of a man who murdered our dearest son, Salahuddin, in 2015, to have a meal with us. This is Allah's mercy. We have planned to visit his son in the prison together. He also expressed his interest in studying Islam. The Quran is the best starting point, alhamdulillah."
Dang.
Wow.
No, you must be still in the Old Testament of the Quran.
Yo,
Everybody
BJ,
else is forgiven. No,
Yo,
ain't trying to
BJ,
forgive
man.
nobody.
Yo, BJ, man.
Got peace with your heart.
He wild. BJ wilding, man.
BJ, you want me to read to you verses out the Quran? I don't care what people have done with it and how people have interpreted it and how much. This is not about actual scripture. This is about spirituality. Some people have a really strong spirituality that makes them have. I told you, it's a godly emotion. It's closer to God. God is the Rahman. God is the forgiving. I'm just telling you, I'm not there yet. I'm not at God level yet emotionally. I am still angry.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
They definitely.
It runs in my blood.
Yeah, I mean, of course, their religion probably has something to do, has everything to do with them in their eyes. But I just think if they was with any religion, they spirit just seems stronger than that, you know?
Yeah, so I don't think it had nothing to do with religion. I think it was more the spirit.
Spirit.
Yeah.
Forgiveness is
strong
an
people.
intentional decision. The emotion that comes with it is what tests your faith. It's the hardest thing to do. As Christians, it is what is expected of us.
Every religion in some way values forgiveness. It's just certain people that have that spirituality that are more capable of achieving it.
If she helps him and he changes and becomes Muslim, that can be looked at as a life for a life. That's deep, Naima. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, and it could be.
I didn't think about that. And the guy, the last guy, the dude that killed his son was asking about Islam.
Right, came to his house to eat. Sat down at the table, brotherhood. You know what I'm saying?
If you forgive the Lord, forgive you as well.
And Derek, that's why I said the very first thing I said was I'd be emotional, man.
Yeah,
I'd be emotional.
it is.
It's an emotional thing.
Like the reality is that life in Islam is Allah's business. If my child is returned to Allah, it's up to me to decide how best I can turn this negative into a positive. Everything in life is a test. Okay. Yeah, sneeze. I like that, Dawu. I ain't mad at nobody's thing on that. I understand everybody's position. No, you had sent me something too.
Yesterday.
Yeah, we got about 15 more minutes. Go ahead, y'all. Whatever y'all got. Let me look for something.
No, did you see John Oliver's piece yet? Did you watch it?
No, I finished work right before I got on this podcast. What was the main story?
Jimmy Kimmel and freedom of speech, pretty much.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I'm excited for what Kimmel's gonna say when he comes back.
Me too.
Oh, they made him say he ain't gonna say nothing derogatory. He better not.
Nah, but after you watch it, I think the reason why Jimmy Kimmel came back is for what John Oliver said last night.
Really?
Yeah. And the FCC is trying to buy not only the major networks, they trying to buy shit like HBO and shit like that. So yeah, they're ready for change to come in cable networks too. And John Oliver addressed that too. Why the FCC don't come for people that's streaming and stuff like that because they can't. But that might be soon to change.
They got Murdoch them in that deal that they trying to buy TikTok. Murdoch used to be, over Fox, I think it is. They trying to merge it. They trying to get the sale of TikTok to American businessmen, those politicians that can
To
create
boil it down,
content.
that dude who owned Disney, I had his name earlier. No, you can look it up. You know, you the search engine. But that dude who owned Disney, he got bread, boy. He got
Bob
he
Iger.
got money. Bob
So
Iger,
do
that
so
dude,
so do so do Murdoch. Murdoch got a lot of money as far as the medium is concerned. Them are
that boy
powerful
Bob
individuals.
Iger trying to buy everything.
They
Boy,
said it
he
was
trying to
about.
buy
They said it was
everything.
about 10 of the most powerful organizations was trying to go into some deal to buy TikTok. I was just seeing that on the news before I started the podcast. I was like, Murdoch getting control of TikTok? That's big. Because I mean, sort of social media thing is, Twitter and all of these different programs that's coming out. That's big.
TikTok will be just like everything else and die out like every other media platform that has already. And something the kids will move on to something new.
How
That's
y'all
all
feel
that'll
about
happen.
I forgive him.
That a weird nigga at that bottom act like he was.
What y'all think? That was genuine enough for y'all?
No.
No.
Alligator tears.
No.
Yeah, I don't know what's up. I can't speak on somebody's genuineness about that.
Well,
I think she's, I think she's I think she's doing a good job on the crowd with the crowd with everybody watching and shit. I think she's stepping into that position.
Public relations.
Yeah, I think she's I don't want to say she's an actor, but she's stepping into the moment.
Yeah, and I understand it. And I'm genuinely, I empathize with her. She probably is hurt, but I've seen people mourn the death of their family members, and it seems like the response is, they overwhelmed. It's an overwhelming process to lose someone.
That's
You know what
true.
I'm saying?
You don't mention the murderer anymore. That's true. That's crazy. Yeah, everyone mourns different. We just watched the girl whose daughter was killed, shot down with the father,
Right.
the baby father, the rapper nigga, and she was making it rain at the car wash. Her daughter was killed that. So
Right.
I read the comments and they was like, yo, everybody mourn different. I felt like that was weird. But I felt like that was weird as hell. But they was like, yo, everybody mourn different. So all right, everybody mourn different.
Yeah, I seen a funeral back in the days where a dude got buried. His casket was his Cadillac. It's crazy. Like,
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
seen that. This disgusted me right here though. This disgusting.
You better say I treat you well. I
oh,
would good I can tell. Come give me hell. Come here. Your fairy tale under your spell. I
This is the
am.
problem right
She
here.
gets Chanel. Oh, well, it all depends. You
Problem right
screaming
here.
out. Can't come for help from here. You leaving wells. I'll feel your nails for real. I hit you
She gotta be
good.
7,
You're
8 years
sleeping
old.
good for real. I bring you out.
There's no way she's 7
Look
years
at
old.
her mother. Look at this. Look at this shit, man.
that's
That
weird.
girl is not no 7 years old.
She gotta be 7, 8. How old you think she is? 9?
12, 13, which isn't that much better, but 7 is crazy.
I don't think she 12, 13, man.
Hey,
She probably
I
about
just
29,
seen
something like that.
I just seen somebody personally that you and I know. They had a birthday party for their child and they was doing that dance, that same whatever kind of dance they call that.
Hands, I'm just talking about that little girl and her disgusting looking mother.
BJ, what the hell are you talking about? You pulled this video up to show us her disgusting mother?
Yeah. Black women will just put their daughter out there. You got your daughter all in front with spandex on and a sports
That's
bra.
what it
You're like
is.
9, 10 years old. And
See,
to put her
that's
on social media with all these pedophiles out here. You're a weirdo. Then you bring your weird ass out there with your stomach all out. Shit look like a whole nother body.
and see, this is the thing that black women,
That's the kind of stuff
all
Charlie
women
was
do.
talking about.
Yeah, this
Prove
is
her
weird.
wrong.
Why would you put your daughter out there for attention so you can get attention? What are you doing? It's weird. You put your daughter, you put her in all the weave and the spandex, make her look just like you, who's grown, gonna go to the club later, looking just like that, and you put her out there for weirdo creepo attention, and so you can get attention. What type of? It's just weird, and you look horrible. You don't even look like that girl's mother. Oh, you don't even look like that girl's mother. I bet you're not that girl's mother.
Honestly, it's a crazy world to raise a kid in and to grow up in. I feel like when TikTok started popping up with all these dance things, I was like 18, 17, and I thought I was autistic because I couldn't do them. Like everybody was doing it. It's like so hard not to. And it's like my friends would try to whatever. I like it just didn't enter my mind. But it's like it's so hard to stop kids from doing what everybody around them is doing. And it's like, I don't know, like the people that don't do it feel like something's wrong with them. Like everybody is doing this shit. Everybody is dancing for pedophiles on TikTok. Like look at it. It's a billion.
It's not hard. It's not hard.
Y'all heard about the
It's hard to.
But
It's hard to raise a kid that
that's
doesn't
my
do what they're
that's my whole argument. That
That lady that was behind her is an idiot.
A form of twerking. You showing this to our children. We got these girls got their children doing it. It's just to me, it's immoral. I don't like to see. I hate seeing those videos. It's terrible.
They got To Catch a Predator coming to Roblox. I can't wait.
Check this out, y'all. Another.
I wanted people to stop in awe, not just stop in curiosity, but see her beauty in her complete, like, natural form. I want people to look at it and feel a sense of being seen.
She is this large Black woman in this amazing white dress that accentuates her beautiful dark skin with an amazing hair texture. It's a moment, an important moment for this city, for this country, and it's going to bring about the healing that we all need.
We got a statue, y'all.
Symbolism.
We got a statue.
And see, and maybe it's just because the way I think. And is that statue there for us to remember where we came from? Because it's in Boston. So is it there for us to remember, like, what happened, or is it there that you want to, show respect? Like, it just makes you question it. I hope it's there for the latter, but it's Boston, so
we got a statue.
I don't know. And dressing in a white cloak. I don't know. For sure, none of our clothes was white back then.
Y'all don't like the statue?
Sure.
Who is it?
That's a good question, Kirk. I don't know.
Yeah. Who is the statue of? I mean, is she supposed to be somebody of importance or represent something? Or, hey. So why we don't build some apartment complexes instead of a statue?
We ain't build the statue.
Right.
They put it there. I don't even know why it's there. They put it there, though.
They put it right there. A bunch of white people in front of it, too.
It's for us. Let me see. Oh, it's just proof those type of conversations are not happening in the home. That's a fact, so Imam.
No, we
No, we
need the
need a statue
statue
of
of
the
the
kings
kings
and
and
queens
queens
in
and the
Akabila history who fought evil white colonialism. That might be our reparations, huh? In Boston, it is.
What about statues or those artifacts that they got out of what was the emperor's name, Nefertiti's or whatever? Those African, they weren't called queens, they were called empress back in them days. They take those particular statues or mummies and they were millions of dollars, and they put them in their institutions. That's why they've been digging up all them graves to get all of the jewels and the expensive artifacts.
BJ, you've seen the story about the guy in Egypt that was a restoration expert at a museum and stole like an emperor from 1 billion years ago. He stole like the gold display and he basically melted it and sold it for $4,000. And he's been getting chased in Egypt for like 3 weeks. Like he got less than $4,000 for an artifact from like, I don't know what Kurt said that just reminded me of this, but it's so crazy. They've been looking for him for like 3 weeks, I think.
We're gonna kill him.
Please put that in the chat.
They're gonna stone him.
Yeah,
I just seen Muhammad Ali's son selling his stuff though, his robe and his boxing gloves. I did see that.
It was a pharaoh's golden bracelet that he melted and sold as gold like bricks. A 3,000-year-old bracelet that belonged to an ancient pharaoh was melted down for gold.
You know, Kobe
just did overtime for that.
You know, Kobe parents sold his shit too, right?
Yeah, because they ain't got no money.
The
wife, his wife done flipped on. Well, she don't rock with him. So
they don't rock with him at all now.
No break. That's
messed up. But Kobe didn't rock with him really when he left. I think he had like put them separate type. You know what I mean? He was taking care of them like on the side.
You know how much of the bail was for 2 of the suspects in it? $207.
In Egypt?
Yeah.
$207?
Yeah, for the two of the suspects were bailed out for $200. That's 10,000 Egyptian pounds. That's crazy.
Wow. That's 10,000. That's wild. We live in Egypt.
They should have just did overtime.
This is why the West steals our shit.
Really? Yeah. The son of Muhammad Ali in my store?
Yeah, let's sell this.
Are you kidding?
Oh, in a boxing gloves. That was actually used for sparring with Joe Frazier. The robe is actually the one he wore in the picture.
Holy mackerel. So, is your last name the same?
Yes. You want to see a birth certificate?
I would really like to see that. I'm telling you, I am freaked out because I remember when they fought. So tell me the story.
Well, the robe was actually given to a lady. Her father actually got it from Al Davis. Davis actually got it from my father as a retirement gift.
So your dad gave this as a gift to somebody. So this is the one
This is the robe that he had took a picture in.
How much did you want for this?
$2,500.
Okay, so these gloves, how do I know that he wore them?
My mother told me because she was there.
He said, she said, because they said. You know, that's hard for me to tell a customer.
Right.
What would you really take for this?
$700.
If he signed it and you had a picture of him signing it, way cool. If we're going to make a deal right now, you can't go a penny less than...
Take $600.
Dang. What you said, 600?
It sound like Ali's son smoking. But what his daughter not looking out for something?
Nasty work. Yeah, you know they not. Man, she probably don't mess with that nigga. That nigga look retarded.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
Probably
those
by
are by
different
different.
mothers or something.
Those are they by different mothers, and you know, so it's a split between those kids. Cause it was one that was
It's
on a
wild work.
reality. It was one on a reality show about going into prison and seeing if she could be in there for 90 days or something like that. And then you got Layla Ali, but his grandson is a fighter in the ring.
See, but
His
that's
grandson ain't
weird.
talking about nothing.
He would make more money marketing himself as Ali's son. Ali's son. You should market that. Like that you make more money doing that.
His grandson ain't gonna fight nobody. His grandson ain't gonna fight nobody.
But I mean, he pretty good. He's just he's still fresh. He's still new. You know, I don't think he had 15 fights yet.
He should have had more amateur fights then.
How old is he?
And he's old.
Huh?
I don't think he that old. I know he was talking to Bud Crawford or something. They was training or something.
He up there. He got to be at least 27, 28, something.
Oh, he's too old. 27, 28-year-olds pop already.
Well, y'all know the next fight coming up, Tank versus Jake Paul.
That's garbage.
Yeah, Adrian. That crossed my mind too. That dude on drugs or something.
Yeah. He definitely a J. He definitely a J.
Tank versus Jake Paul.
Tank. I hope Tank knock him out though.
He's really about to fight. That's crazy. He's really about to fight. Is this gonna be on Netflix too?
I wouldn't even go see that.
He about 6'4", Tank about 5'5". 240.
How much he weigh? 240, 220?
Nah, he about 220, 215.
It's not gonna be a real fight.
That's an exhibition. That's not real. It can't be.
Oh, it's gonna be real in the ring, but it's gonna be real, promo, but
I mean,
Javante gonna kill that man.
everybody went for that with Tyson, but until they seen the contract, you don't get nothing if you knock him out in the first round, nothing in the second round or third round. You get 100,000 if you get to the fourth round. But you'll get 50 million if it goes the whole distance.
They saying Jimmy Kimmel still got to apologize and pay Charlie Kirk family after suspension. Other than that, on Sinclair stations, despite Disney return as top ABC affiliate demands hosts apologize and pay Charlie Kirk family after suspension. News programming to replace it. So he's not going to be on. What's Sinclair?
Yeah, I learned last night watching John Oliver show. There's nothing. He doesn't have to pay anybody or do any of that. If they want to let him back on air, they could let him back on air, and everybody could just be mad about it or whatever the case.
They gonna lose a lot. They're gonna lose a lot of sponsors and ratings.
To me, it sounds like a shakedown.
Well, they could be getting more ratings, controversy. So
it sounds like a shakedown to me. You can't. We can say what we want to say. You can't. Other than that, you got to pay us, and you got to apologize, or you got to pay us anyway and apologize to be able to get back on the air and have your freedom of speech. That's crazy.
We can rock out. We got 5 minutes, y'all. I'm gonna jump in this truck.
Oh, you got to work tonight?
Yeah. I got another clip too.
Hey, that one thing you showed yesterday about that dude buying up that property.
Yeah.
That's what I'm kind of leaning toward. Remember, I was thinking about doing the tow trucks and all that. I think I'm gonna do some property, man.
Yeah.
I might have.
That's where the money at.
It is. It really is.
Rollo, yeah. Hold on, I got another clip, y'all. Davon, did you catch this?
Let me see.
All right. I'm sorry I didn't let you finish your sentence, but I should have stated my point in a sentence.
Yeah, I caught it.
Yeah.
Damn.
Hold on, y'all. Watch
BJ,
this.
you got an apology, man. Stop it.
Why are we playing this?
That's real. That's real.
But you are
same thing. I would apologize to her if I was wrong.
You are unapologetically incorrect most of the time.
All right.
See? He won't admit it.
I just said you right, and he talking about see, he won't admit it. No, tell him stop. He'll listen to you. I just said you right, Kirk. He said, see, he won't admit it. Stop, so
BJ.
See what I be going through, y'all? See what I be going through, y'all?
It's all right, BJ. I apologize to you, brother. I ain't always against you.
I thought you were just trying to replay my apology. I was like, don't push it. Like,
No, that was that present he had aimed for me.
Yeah.
Oh,
hey, I still love you.
I told you I brought you a gift, right?
What is that?
A teething ring for your gums when they get.
Nigga, I don't need it. Nigga, I'm like a boa constrictor. I'll squeeze my prey to death and then swallow it.
That sounds crazy. You a wild man.
It probably is against the Lord. Naima too. It should be. It should be.
Yeah.
Hey, but next time you see me in person, I'll have all of them, and I need for you to give me a whole can of cashew peanuts.
Got you. I swear I do. You're gonna DoorDash you on the spot.
We back Friday, y'all. Where you at? No, you probably gonna be in Jersey.
I'm moving on Sunday.
Where you going?
Where you moving to?
Jersey, getting
again.
Out the Bronx.
Oh shit.
I'm moving
Oh,
to Jersey.
Y'all
Seem
ain't
like
been in there
dealing
yet.
with that traffic.
It's probably been a year.
Yeah, it's less than a year, like 11 months. Didn't like it.
Y'all lease is up.
Yeah, the building was horrible.
Y'all going to Jersey.
Yeah.
Y'all better go down there to
Traffic
Georgia.
every day.
Most of them New York niggas, they move down there to Georgia and blow up.
Everybody leaving New York. I don't know. Nobody that stay longer than 3 years.
Thank you, Auntie. You too, Auntie.
Thank you, Ma.
Yeah. But y'all moving by Nadia?
No, we're staying close to New Jersey, like around Bayonne area, like close to the Statue of Liberty.
Oh.
Yeah,
man, they're gonna have a great view.
Right across the bridge.
It's really nice. The area is full of
Hey, what happened to Dr. Umar Kelly? I thought he said he was gonna be here.
He probably sleep.
Yeah, they gave him his medicine. They gave him his meds.
Yeah, he ain't been in Thomas and nothing all night.
Appreciate it, Adrian.
All right, peace out, Noah.
All right, y'all.
Yeah, I didn't know that he the one that made the song, BJ.
Yeah, he made the song.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all tapping in, man. As always.
Yeah.
We'll be back Friday. Davon, you gotta work Friday?
Nah, I'm with you, my boy. That's
All
tough, though.
All right, Kurt. I'll see you Friday, Kurt.
All right,
Peace,
Kurt, see you
everybody.
Friday.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
Good night,
everybody.
man. Thank everybody for coming
All
in.
right. Love and peace.
I was a bad son, now I'm a good dad. I was a bad son, now I'm a good dad. I was a bad son, now I'm a good dad. What up? When I was a little boy, I put my hood on my back. All eyes on me and nobody cut me no slack. While bowling up and down that cold money was all I thought. And daddy was selling drugs, so it made me say fuck sports. Him teaching me the game, felt like he was passing the torch. In front of projects, I jumped off the stoop, not a port. My OGs was my idols, not no Meech or Rick Ross. And remember, to be a boss, life was always the cause. I carry Christ on my back, that's why they call me the cross. And whenever shit was rough, I just hustle and stay my course. And every time I pull myself back on my feet, digging my cleats, every step I take, rip up the streets. A gun in a vest, some money and weed is all I need. When I hit the block, my mama started losing her sleep. To love a nigga like me is really not for the weak. I became a villain after that 100 bullets ate up my Uncle G. I was a bad son, now I'm a good dad. I'm hands-on, my kids ain't raised by no iPad. I show up every day, if you a man, try that. Can't call yourself a man if you make a child and deny that.